Hello, and welcome to today's Focus on the Test mini lesson. Welcome to all of our subscribers, and thank you very much for joining us. Also to our students, continue the excellent progress that you're making, and remember that your labor is not in vain. It will pay off in the end. If you are an adult seeking to earn your high school credential, be sure to check out our website at www.yourpathforadultlearners.com, where you can learn more about our online GED and Hiset program. So now on to our lesson for the day.
Here's what a test item may look like. Read the examples from the excerpt in the box below. One spring beneath the Brooklyn Bridge, I saw a red-haired brown rat that had been run over by a car. People threw the food that they had not eaten onto the tracks, along with newspapers and soda bottles, and I have noticed thousands of no longer charged AA batteries waiting to leak acid. Now here are your four options. Here you have the question which states, what do the examples show about the author's research methods? We have option A, the author relies on data from published studies. B, the author looks for humorous about rats. C, the author gathers his own field observations. And D, the author contrasts rats with other animals. Are you looking for a convenient way to study for your GED and Hiset exam and earn your high school equivalency diploma? Well, we offer free online GED and Hiset preparation courses to get you prepared. Visit our website at www.yourpathforadultlearners.com and get on your path towards success today.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, yeah, it is like 2 minutes early, but we could go ahead and start. So today you want to work on like language arts and grammar primarily, right? Okay. So, have you completed any assignments for today? Okay. Which assignment was that? Exercise 1. Okay. Okay. So you can see my screen okay, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're studying for the Hiset writing portion?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I don't know if there's a way that you could share all your answers. So instead of that, we could just go through it one by one. We could just go through the, can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you want, we could just go through the exercise question by question and really just break each one down. So how comfortable would you say you are with the subject-verb agreement?
We would like to take this opportunity to welcome our new tutors, as well as those who have applied with pending applications. Welcome to Mr. Allison, who will be tutoring in both math and science, Mr. Ong, who will be tutoring in both math and science, and Mr. Pablo, who will be tutoring in all 5 subject areas. We are very grateful for our tutors and thank you very much for your service. So now, in order to answer this particular question, the first thing that you want to do is you want to be able to utilize some test-taking strategies if you are not sure about your choice. So we're going to talk about some of those test-taking strategies. The first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you reread your question. And the reason why is because by rereading your question, you are clear about what it is that the question is asking you to do. So let's do that. What do the examples show about the author's research methods? So we know that we are going to be looking for some examples that's going to tell us about the author's research methods. The next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you reread your text as you go down each one of your options, utilizing the process of elimination. Now, by utilizing the process of elimination, that's going to allow you to get rid of any option that does not apply in terms of answering your question, and it would also leave you with fewer options to choose from. So now let's do that. When we look at option A, we have the author relies on data from published studies. So when we come over here to our text to reread it, we're going to skim through the text, and as we skim through the text, we're actually looking for information, some data from published studies. And we know that as we skim through the text, there was no information relating to any published studies. And so we know that we can eliminate option A because it does not apply. So now we can come down to option B, and option B states the author looks for humorous stories about rats. Well, when we come over here to our text, we know that the text did not only talk about rats, it talked about other things as well. So that's one thing that you want to take into consideration. Also, you want to take into consideration the tone of the text. And we know that the tone of the text was not humorous. It was more informative. And so based on that information alone, we know that option B will not apply in terms of answering our question. And so we're going to eliminate option B. So now we can move down to option C, and we have the author gathers his own field observations. So we want to be clear about what observations are. When we talk about observations, we're talking about gathering information based on what it is that we see. So now when we come back over here to revisit our text, we're going to skim through the text looking for information that will tell us whether or not the author used his observations in this excerpt. So here we have, I saw, which is evidence that observation took place. The author saw some information and he recorded it. Then when you come down further in the text, you also have, I have noticed, which is also evidence that the author is letting you know that based on what he saw, he recorded this information. So now, based on what we have read and the evidence that we have gathered from the text, we can look at option C and confirm that the author did gather his own field observations. And so we know that option C in this case does apply in terms of our question, which once again states, what do the examples show about the author's research methods? So we know that option D also does not apply in terms of answering our question. So now the takeaway from this particular lesson is to make sure that you are applying the test techniques when you are answering your test items. So first, you want to make sure that you reread your question because you want to be clear about what it is that the text is asking you to do. Secondly, you want to make sure that you are revisiting your text. So you want to be able to skim through your text as you apply the process of elimination by going through each one of your options to determine whether or not the option applies in terms of answering your question correctly. As you go through your options and you revisit your text, you want to make sure that you are highlighting or looking for clue words or clue phrases that will allow you to either validate your choice or invalidate your choice in terms of it being the correct choice to answer your question. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our students. Great job to Ms. Kaya and Ms. Candace on scheduling your tutoring sessions for your upcoming testing. Welcome to our new students, Ms. Brittany and Ms. Clementine. We are glad to have you and look forward to your success in our program. And welcome back to our returning students. Of course, we are glad to have you.
So good luck testing. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button down below so that you're notified on our new releases. Also, join us on our other social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.